Hello everyone, good to have you. I had promised that over the course of the next 30 days, I will share with you some of the things that happened during my day and then also get to share with you whatever things that I learned from those things that happened during my day. Today is the first day of this very likely going to be video series. I'll try to keep them as short as possible. So something weird happened to me this morning when I was driving to church. On my way, my car began to make this very interesting beeping sound. On studying the sound, what I realized was that when I drive for a while and then hold on to my brakes to bring the car to a stop, the sound begins. And when I accelerate again, the beeping sound stops. So it was happening like that, over and over. And I was wondering what exactly was happening, right? Is it my village people? Or even funnier, what made it really weird was that there were no indicators on my dashboard giving me an idea of what exactly was happening. So that got me kind of worried. Also worried, what more worrying was the fact that I was going to be driving for most of the day. I didn't want to get stuck somewhere and my car just, just before I go to church, my gaze dropped down a bit and I realized that the indicator for passenger seatbelt not was blinking. Oh, okay, so this might be the problem. Even funny, I was wondering who exactly is the passenger in the car because I had no one in the car. So why was the car telling me that seatbelt needed to be fastened? And I realized that I actually had a passenger. My bag. Sadly, that bag was on the passenger seat, which shouldn't be because for those of us that live in Lagos, you know that you don't keep your valuables visible for people to see from outside. Anyway, that's a different story. But now, the crux of the story was I dropped the bag and then the sound stopped. So asking myself after all this had happened, if I wanted to diagnose what this problem was, what exactly would I have called my mechanic and tell him that I was experiencing this? How would the guy have known that the issue that was causing the repeated beep was a bag that was on the passenger seat? Right? So what would have happened is that I'd have driven home, dropped the bag, taken the car to the mechanic, and then he would check everything and keep checking and tell me, okay, no vex, so we couldn't find the problem. Or for some smart ones, they will tell you, guy, it is one thing like that. And they get to charge you, bill you and stuff. Now, what's the lesson from that for me? Experience. Why experience? So now that this had happened to me, right, I just had an experience that if I have something similar happen later, right, I can say, oh, it's likely that passenger seat belt not fastened because there was an item. Now how do we apply that? You cannot discount the place of experience. Now I get to experience this sometimes. So in the line of my work, I started as a software engineer, and now what I do mostly is I'm investing in a startup right now that try to make life easy for people. That's not why we're here. Well, then there's something else I do. I consult, right? So I get to have people tell me, "Oh, Felix, we just built this software product, and we want you to help us review it for quality assurance, internet security, information security, or whatever that is." Or I get to get people call me and say, "Oh, Felix, we have this problem with development. We can't seem to be able to solve this particular problem." Now, from my experience, the bulk of the times, these issues these guys are having, all it needs is, something is wrong in this place, and that I do very well, right? So when I tell you, okay, I'm going to solve this problem for you, and it takes me just 2 minutes to do, and I'm telling you, okay, give me this huge sum of money, and you're like, but bros, this took you just like 5 minutes to solve, so why should I pay you? You're not paying me for 5 minutes of work, you're paying me for all the years that I've experienced all these issues before, and now I know exactly why the issues are there. So when your doctor is charging you for consultancy some silly amount of money, you can't fathom why the guy is giving you such an invoice. What you're paying for is not the 2 minutes that I spent with you. It is the years of experience that brought him to that place where he's now this relevant, and what he does is now this valuable to you, right? So the point here is that you cannot discount the place of experience. So when if you just are just coming out of school and you have opportunities to intern in some kind of places where I know I heard of someone that got an opportunity to work with KPMG, and the person was like, KPMG is this place where they want to kill you with work, they want to do this, blah blah, right? But what I come to realize is people who go through systems like that spend 2 years, 3 years. When they're out of there, there's this thing that happens to them. The work ethic is awesome. The quality of delivery is top notch. You can't buy that anywhere. That is an experience that employers are willing to pay some very large sums of money for, right? So the point here is that if you have an opportunity to do certain things in some kind of places, sometimes these experiences are more valuable than getting maybe some more financial value at that point in your life. So that's the lesson I got from this, or that's one of the things I kind of learned again this morning, that experience is just king. You've heard my story, you heard my experience for this morning. If there's anything you think you learned differently from, or you have, you don't agree with some of the things I've said, I'd like to hear your thoughts.